And you'll notice here it saves as an NC file. If I actually open it, you'll see that this is all the G-code that's been generated for the project. You can see like that's the depth, the Z depth 0.15 at the feed rate of 9 inches. That's a G1 movement going in the X direction. These are all the coordinates that the machine will follow. And then the F85 is the feed rate on the X and Y axis. And if I feed it into GSender, we will be able to see a visualization of this. So now that we've made the G-code on easel, we can bring it into our software, GSender. So I'll go into load file, and here's their G-code file. Press open, and you can see now that we have a visualization of what that project is going to look like. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to move the machine to the bottom left corner of this material here. And what I'll be able to do is kind of show you what the machine is going to do moving around. So. I have this machine positioned here. I'm not going to keep the machine. I'm not going to start the bit on against the bottom of the material at this point yet, because what I want to do is just to do something called an air cut, and that will just sort of show us where the machine's going to end up. Once you've loaded up your G-code, the next thing you want to do is find the position that you want to start on, and then you have to set the 0 point. What that means is that from the 0 point, the machine is going to travel where the G-code tells it to go. At this stage right now, the machine doesn't know where it is in space. It's kind of like blind, but it can move from point A to point B. It'll just follow the instructions, but it doesn't know the context of what the location is. When I press 0, it just means that now everything will happen from that 0 point. So in GSender, if I go to 0 all, you'll see all these 3 numbers have changed from random numbers to all zeros. When we start the job, you'll see the machine move. So as it moves, let's say to the right, it'll change from 0 millimeters to 150 millimeters, whatever the size of the design is going to be. I'll just do that, and now press start job, and you'll be able to see the machine move. So press start job. GSender also shows you a rough calculation on how long this project is going to take, as well as how many lines of G-code are left. And you're also able to change the feed rate here. So if I want to make it go faster, you can toggle this back and forth. Or if you want to go a little bit slower, you can also toggle that as well. In the case of the feeds and speeds, sometimes if you want to bring it down or speed it up, you can just adjust them on the fly. Cool. Okay, I'm just going to stop the job, and I'm going to press go to XY0, and then that'll just bring the machine back to its original starting point. There you go. Cool. Now that we've done like a rough air cut, we can see that the part should fit on the material. I think I need to shift it a little bit over. Looks like it's the same size as everything that we put on easel. But I just wanted to show there's like 2 different functions here. We have the outline mode, which will do an outline of where the machine is supposed to go. You can see here. And you can see on the visualization amazing, right? So yeah, it fits almost exactly where the material is going to be. And then the test run, it'll run through all the lines of G-code and then double check for errors and give you some like information about it as well. All of the more advanced features here are covered on the resources, so make sure to check out the resources.sienci.com. There's a section for GSender, and right now we're running GSender 1.2.2. There's new versions of GSender that always come out constantly. They're going to have new stuff. They're going to be better than the one before. Now that we're pretty happy with everything, we're going to switch the bits, we're going to mount the material, and then we're going to do the actual cut.